Well, these windows are dirty, aren't they? They say, I wish my wife was this dirty. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying anything. Oh, I'm back on the hedge trimming. Back in the New York City groove. Well, Gloucestershire groove, really, isn't it? Well, I'm behind on the hedge trimming now. My sicky bit that I was at when I was ill last week, I didn't get much done last week. Really frustrating, actually. The dry weather was here and I couldn't get on the fields. I wasn't up to it. So what I'm doing now is I'm going down this green lane and trimming that up. The field I've got to get onto next is that one there. I've got to flip it. Look, that's the anti-poacher blockade. I can't get in that gateway. I've got to get on the fields. I don't really want to go on them because it's a bit wet. I've missed the dry weather. About 2 more weeks of hedge trimming in front of me. I've got to be done by the end of Feb. I will achieve that, I will. But let's have a look. I got a bit of a problem. I know there's a bit of wire in here. Look, I hooked that just before. Let's see if oh look, it's out. I hooked that in the hedge next door. Look, it's my barbed wire collection. There's another bit there. Look. So I've already been down. Oop. It's already open up. I've already been down and done part of this green lane. Let's hook that on. Scientific bit of rope in the hedge. Look, I've already done that side. There's a stream sort of go. Well, it's not a stream. It's the runoff from the road down there. I'm going to come back. I'm going to go back down, turn around, come back up because I can do this side without going on the field. But I've got to get back on that field at some point. Oh, it's a busy road. I mean, in truth, I'm not really 100% yet. I'm still feeling pretty rough. What can you do? You've got to carry on, haven't you? There's no point just jessying around and not flipping benefits Britain. I'm not going to sit at home watching telly and Jeremy Kyle or whatever's on, I don't know. God, can you imagine that, being at home all day watching telly? You just turn into a vegetable, wouldn't you? I just cleaned my lens. I was just saying about Jeremy Kyle. It's interesting. I feel for you, some of you who watch me. I know you haven't got a lot of choice about sitting at home. You know, you've got health problems and you can't do stuff. And I really feel for you because when I was off last weekend, when I wasn't working, so I had the weekend off, and excuse me, I felt so rough. I just wanted to stay and watch TV, and I did. But do you know what? How soul destroying that is after a while. If you're used to going out and doing stuff all the time, to actually just sit in and watch mindless stuff on telly, after a while you just feel, it just doesn't make you feel good at all. You feel your head going to mush. And I imagine for those of you who are in a situation where your health is meaning you got to do that, I feel really sorry for you. Those of you who are just at home skiving, flipping it, get off your ass and enjoy life while you still can. Because you're a long time sat around in an old people's home when you're older. Get out and enjoy life and do stuff. Flipping heck. Message ends. Right, so we're down here. Look, I've done that side. I'm on this side now. You can see I've got a verge there I can go down. I'm not going to make a mess. The idea is to do as much from this side and then I'll leave less of a mess on the other side. That's the plan. The amount of driving I do on the actual grass field, the better, really. Okay, let's just turn around and then we'll have a look. Alright. Let's just get this level. at this, I'm not going to be able to achieve a lot today, it's too flipping wet. Right. I might stop in a minute even, because I know what'll happen. The flipping rain, the bits that stick to the ceiling. Not the ceiling, what am I talking about? The windows. Ugh. Right. Okay. We're in too high a gear. What am I doing? Oh, oh. Right, we're going to get wibbly wobbly really. The reality is I haven't got a flipping GoPro. I haven't got any way of securing this to a window. So you're watching me as I do it while it's all held in one hand, which isn't ideal. It's not too bad, I did this hedge last year. I'm going to stop filming now, and we're going to have a little look when I get back in the field, because I want to discuss how my trees are doing down there, and we'll have a look at the tree we planted last year as well. But I'm going to get on with this now. Trying to concentrate on too many things at once. All right, let's crack on with this in a bit. Right, I'm in reverse mode now. I've done the top of that hedge, and I'm just reversing back down. Going to side it up. So then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do another bit along the side of the road. That'll leave me the rest of the fields to do later in the week. I'm just hoping that we don't get any more rain, and it might just drain out a little bit. I haven't got that much more to do really. What I've got is lots of bits which are very frustrating. You know, I never get flipping it's a long way down here when you're going 3 miles an hour. 1.6 miles an hour actually. Look. 1.6. It's very slow when you're doing 1.6 miles an hour. Oh, la 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 la. I could go faster actually, but nothing's about speed when you're doing this. Right, let's have a look. Here we go. I have 2 pipes repaired on here so far that were leaking, but other than that, this old hedge trimmer is still battling on. I live in fear that I'm just going to suddenly hear a and then that'll be the end of the hedge trimmer, something's blown up in it. Because it is flipping old. Excuse me. I'm not sure how old it is, but I reckon it's got to be at least 30 years old. It was second hand when we bought it, and I reckon we've had it nearly 20 years. Or 15 years I reckon we've had it. Right. Well, these windows are dirty, aren't they? They say, wish my wife was this dirty. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying anything. I'm not. Right. I'm siding up, and then I'm going to go on the main road. We'll stop and have a look after I've done the main road. I'm going to switch this off now. Where we're going to reconvene when I'm back in the field where I can do some proper video, I think. And gosh, I can't be asked today. Like, since I've been ill, I'm feeling like I can't be asked. You get those days, I can't be asked. I can't be asked with it, I'm just getting on with life. I want my mojo back, it's still not fully there. Alright, see you in a bit. Well, that was the other day, and it was up and down the lane. I've now done the roadside, which is just there, and I'm on what we call the new ground, where we make the silage normally. We're on tree watch now. I'm going to stop and look at a couple of trees. Some I planted, some I've just saved from when I was hedge trimming. Let's have a look. So here's the exciting one coming up. Oh, you can see that. Let's stop with this one, because this one's my little baby. This is my 40 trees for 40 years. This is my tree. So look at this. So this was planted last year. Me and Harry planted this. 2024. Look, it's already got some oak apples on it, which is really reassuring. Let's get one off. Look at that. And look, you can see the little exit hole there, look, where the little grubbers come out. So, oh, and it's actually showing it is alive. Look, I've snapped that bit off and it's green. Right. So, 40 trees for 40 years. Last year was my 40th year of farming. I know I only look about 25, but believe it or not, I have been farming since I was 16 officially. I still got this bloody awful chest thing. So what I did, I sent out 40 trees in total, oak trees around the UK, including this one, to various people, YouTubers and farmers who follow me and people who follow me. This is my tree. We'll be watching the progress of that as time goes by. I will be heading out to do a check on the 40. It's going to be an exciting road trip, because we've got 40 trees to go and see around the UK. So they're in Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland, Southern Ireland and England. So that's an exciting thing. So those are the ones I planted to try and it's a sort of pushback against ash dieback, I suppose. But what we're going to do, there's two things we're going to go and see. We're going to see some trees that I've saved from hedge trimming 20 plus years ago, and also I'm going to go and look at one that I saved or pulled out of the hedge a couple of years ago, and I think has been obliterated by the flipping oh, I've got grey stubble here, haven't I? Been obliterated by the flipping National Grid. I'm a bit cheesed off actually. Fuming, as Gareth Wynne Jones. I'm fuming. Ooh, I'm fuming. I'm not fuming, I'm just a bit cross. Right, let's have a look when we get down there. Call the crows out here. Plenty of them. Right, we'll stop here. Let's stop here. Let's go and have a look. Look at this beauty here. Now, someone's going to tell me off for not cutting the ivy off around the tree, but I think it's going to be fine. So this is an oak tree that I saved, must be 20 years ago. It was just a little branch in the hedgerow, a bit like one of those there. It was only about like that, and it had always been cut off, and I've saved it. I've pruned it up, and it's gone into a very nice mature tree. Someone made some comment about leaving trees in hedgerows. If you try and cut round them, they don't last. I don't believe that. I'm pretty sure that my dad did it. I'm going to carry on doing it. It's the easiest way of establishing a tree at zero cost. So what have you got to lose? Here's another one I did earlier, as they say, field maple. Look at that. It's a beautiful specimen now. A nice big spreading tree. And if we look across the way, I can zoom in up there. That is the crows on it. Field maple. Another field maple that was left probably about 10 years ago. That's the crab apple there I left, and there's another field maple there. Next to it is an oak tree my dad planted. Oh, look at this blackthorn that creeps out of the hedgerow. Look at it. Horrible nasty stuff. Look at the spikes on it. You get one of those in your tyres. Look at that. This is the problem with these hedgerows made of blackthorn. It creeps out. Hawthorn's not as bad, but look how invasive that is. It was 2 years ago I cut this, and it's creeping out. If you didn't trim it back, you'd soon end up with a right mess. Right, now, so let me tell you a story. There is a pylon here. Well, there's a pylon there, and there's another one there. And in between are these wires, okay? Now, let's jump down. Oh look, deer tracks. Can you see the deer tracks? There they are. Pesky deer tracks. Right. So, the National Grid don't like trees growing up underneath the power lines. So what they do every so often, they come back and they do a little bit of maintenance on the power line. Or they do it underneath the power line. Now, every year or every few years they've been doing that, but I think I'm in luck actually. This year they've kind of been a little bit overzealous. The chap came in, he had a JCB fast track with a big hedge trimmer on the back, and he said, "Oh, can you go down?" So I showed him where to go. Now normally they come down, and there's a couple of willow trees over there. What they do is they normally trim the willow trees, and that's about it. But I noticed this year, must be a different chap, he's actually trimmed the hedgerow underneath the power lines, which is a bit of an odd one, because they never do that. In all my lifetime, they've never ever trimmed the hedgerow for me. There's the power line, look. And let's go and have a look. Ooh, this ground's a bit... We didn't get out here properly and finish grazing because it flooded. Do you remember it flooded? Look, this is all manky, isn't it? Anyone's top in here. It's not ideal. It's not some good grass in there. I have to get the topper on and get Harry to top that, I think. That's not... It's just this piece here, isn't it? I think we were electric fence going across that way and we just stopped, but it's gone stale. I think the same problem over there. Right, anyway, this chap, as we go back to my hedge, look, he's done this piece here, right underneath the power line. Never done that before, but he's also carried on and he's gone right over there. There's those willows I was talking about. He's gone really bonkers with it. There's right along, he has left that oak tree. Now when I first looked down across here and saw this had been done, I thought, oh, that's good. I got me a bit of hedge trimming done for free, because that saved me a job. But then I remembered I left another one of those field maples in the hedgerow, and I was thinking, God, has he taken it out? But no, actually, he's stopped just here, look. And my field maple is intact. Although it does look to be as if it's been suffering from a bit of bark damage. I got a feeling it's been stripped by squirrels. It looks like it. Oh, it has, you know. Can you just see? Look, if I zoom in on that, let's see if it'll focus. I think the bark has been stripped off it. And you can see at the top there, there's a few bits of bark around the branches, and around the rest of it. Oh, so you might as well have taken it out. I'm not having much luck with this recently. Do you remember I said to you, when I went up to see the trees up in the top by the woods, the squirrels had wrecked those, and they were quite mature trees. Do you know, it's so hard to get these flipping trees going in woodland all around here if you've got squirrel damage after them. You know, you try your best. It's going to be a problem, and this ash dieback is going to be a problem, because what we're going to see is overwhelming amount of ash trees going, and you'll probably get big planting schemes go. That's what'll happen. You'll end up with big planting schemes, people planting whole forests of wood to replace the ash. But what you won't do is get the individual trees in the hedgerows, which is what I try to do. You know, the kind of the staging post for wildlife to jump from one bit to another, you know, and have a high roost to look across if you're an owl or something, or a buzzard or a hawk. And that was one I left. Oh dear. Well, these are looking healthy anyway. I console myself there that look at them. You can see them on the horizon there. They've made landscape trees now, haven't they? I think they're probably safe. Look at that one. That's a lovely big oak. It's going to take a bit of getting down, that is. Field maple there, look. It is very satisfying for me every year I go round, and apart from that one back there, it's very satisfying me every year that I go round and I see a little bit of work that I've done paying back. Because there's a lot of jobs on the farm that aren't very satisfying. There's a lot of monotony, and it is quite dull sometimes. But then you get something like this, if you can watch that through the seasons, particularly when you go and see it in the spring and in the autumn, then it's worth doing, isn't it? Right, anyway, one man's thoughts on his island in the middle of nowhere in the West Country. I hope you're having a good day. I'm going to crack on. I'm back on it. I think I've got another week's worth of hedge trimming on and off to do. Might be another video on hedge trimming, I'm not sure. Are you bored of hedge trimming videos? Oh, you know, I'm still breathing bad. This thing on my lungs is just not going, it's not shifting. I've been struggling on with it, but Christ, I don't smoke. Right, crack on. Trees and stuff.